The political left have exposed their truly compromised reality when it comes to the Middle East conflict. Not that it was ever in doubt, mind you. I'll show you some astonishing interventions by politicians in just a moment. But first, some startling vision that clearly demonstrates the difference in approach between the Israeli forces and the terrorists from Hamas and Islamic Jihad and the like. What you're seeing here is Israeli Secret Service agents disguised as local Palestinians and medics in a hospital in Jenin in the West Bank of the Palestinian territories. These agents found and killed 3 terrorists, 1 from Hamas, 2 from Islamic Jihad, who were hiding in the hospital and believed to be planning another mass terrorist attack against Israeli civilians. Now, it's pretty amazing stuff, isn't it? Clinical operation there, no innocents killed or injured, just a determined effort to eliminate known terrorists and protect Israeli civilians. Compare that to the utter depravity of the October the 7th terrorist attack. Hundreds of innocent teenagers massacred at a concert for peace, dozens of others taken away as hostages for raping and torture. Families slaughtered in their homes, people butchered in the streets, others burned alive in their safe rooms, babies murdered, all innocents, all just for being in Israel, for being Jews or for being with Jews. Well, the reason I mention this again is because we know at least a dozen United Nations staff were actually involved in these attacks. The UN has sacked a dozen staff in Gaza from the UNRWA aid agency because of credible claims that they were involved in the terrorist attacks. Just sickening. And our Foreign Minister, Penny Wong, rightly has suspended Australian funding for UNRWA. Our tax dollars were funding people involved in terrorism. It's nauseating. And as former ambassador to Israel, now Liberal Senator Dave Sharma, told me on Monday, the funding should never be restored. And that's where we get to the moral compasses of leftist politicians. Green Senator Mehreen Faruqi says it's a despicable and heartless act to suspend funding to UNRWA. Really? Despicable to stop sending money to a mob that support terrorism and whose staff get actively involved in bloodthirsty, murderous attacks on innocents? I think it's Faruqi who is promoting a despicable attitude. But Labor MPs are running the same repugnant line. As James O'Doherty reported in the Daily Telegraph today, rebel Labor MPs have urged Foreign Minister Penny Wong to reinstate funding to a United Nations aid agency allegedly linked with Hamas's October the 7th terror attacks in an explosive letter that further exposes Labor's internal divisions over the Israel-Gaza war, writes Doherty. And he goes on. The letter, penned by New South Wales Labor MPs Anthony De Adam and Stephen Lawrence, on behalf of New South Wales Labor Friends of Palestine, said that pausing payments to UNRWA was collective punishment of the Palestinian people. No way. I'm sorry, guys. If you think Australian taxpayers should continue to fund a group that's been involved in killing innocent people, that's been involved in sickening terrorist attacks, then you are ignoring the collective horrors inflicted on innocent Israelis. And you have lost your moral compass.